Drew, I'm going to let you go ahead and start this one off because it is your divisional rival. What grade do you want to give the Arizona Cardinals?
So I just think that for the sake of this, I'm not going to try to grade the money or anything like that. Um, and I also
Oh, I
think that
will.
you're gonna grade the money. I mean, on
Yeah,
something big, I can, like paying a 30-year-old $90 million when you let AJ Brown go. You wouldn't want to pay him that. That was stupid. So
absolutely.
something like that. But the Cardinals, I'm gonna throw a C at it. A C to me is just average, right? You just did an average thing. Maybe you filled some holes. Maybe maybe you had a priority, you filled it, things like that. Obviously, the things with the Cardinals that is very interesting is they have a very, very high draft pick. They have a lot of options sitting at that pick. There's a lot of different things they can do
Yep.
at that pick. And so for them to make a huge splash in free agency, really they're going to look to build within the draft if it's taking a Marvin Harrison Jr. or trading back and stockpiling more picks. So free agency, overall, I'm going to give it a C. Now, obviously, later in the offseason, we're going to do off-season grades, which are going to
Yeah.
encompass draft and free agency. That might change then, depending on what they do in the draft. But for right now, it's a C for me.
Yeah, I got a C plus on them. The reason I give
Yeah.
the plus on that is because they did address some issues, defensive line, cornerback. Justin Jones, I'm okay with the contract. Same thing with Sean Murphy Bunting. Had an up and down year. He hasn't been super consistent, but he's good enough to bolster a secondary that needs the help. I think my favorite signing is the Mac Wilson signing. I really like the contract. The guy who's younger and he still has played at a decent level. I like the signings there. When it comes to the draft for this, the one thing they haven't addressed in the free agency that they need is wide receiver, right? And that's is where they're most likely going to be targeting in that draft. Now there's reports coming out with the New England Patriots targeting Marvin Harrison Jr., a wide receiver in general, but if you're going to take a wide receiver first off the board, it's probably Marvin Harrison Jr. If Marvin Harrison Jr. is off the board for them there, do they go Malik Neighbors? Is that their I don't know, consolation prize, or are they going to trade back and target somebody else?
I think you have to trade back. I mean, you could trade back to 10 or 15, still pick up a quality wide receiver and stockpile so many more picks. It just to overpick, and I like Malik Neighbors. I do,
Yeah.
but when you're talking about Marvin Harrison Jr., who has like an AJ Green style comp, that's just a complete game changer, and then everything else out there is just a slight question mark. I mean, I would rather see them drop to 10 or 12 and try to get Odunze than Neighbors. That's just the way I have them boarded out right now. But
Yep.
I don't think that you can make a top 4 pick to take a tackle like Joe Alt. When Joe Alt, he's a solid player, he really is, but this isn't Panay Sewell. I think you just move back, stockpile, pick up, restock the war chest as it may be, and the Cardinals need a lot of help. So to just I don't want to even say over pick, but unless it's Marvin Harrison Jr., unless it's the premier edge rusher that seems to come out every year that really we don't have this year.
Yeah.
To go Neighbors there at 4, that would be a slight reach for me.
Especially when you have a team that has so many other needs, right? I definitely would agree with that.